An entire kitchen sink of weather getting ready to be thrown our way. We are breaking down your alert day forecast in seconds.
Plus, a warning on the debt limit, forcing action in Congress this morning.
Also, Congress taking rare action against former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, who the January 6th committee will focus on next. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm Leah Lynchide. Today is an alert day for high winds, a possibility for storms, and the warmest weather we might have ever seen in December.
McKenna Alexander's on the weather patio this morning. She'll have why this weather is so unusual for Wisconsin this time of year and what's causing it.
But first, we go to Chris Reese in the Weather Center with what you can expect today. Hi, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. You can expect a little bit of everything. I want to take a moment to really kind of break down the whole picture as we go throughout today. For one, we're talking that potential for severe storms tonight, especially a little bit further towards the west. Now, before we get to the severe storms, we're dealing with fog this morning. Then we're going to see low clouds and showers throughout the rest of today. Afterwards, we go from record warmth in the 60s to the 20s. Yes, a 40-degree temperature drop getting ready to come our way. And with it, we're going to see 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. Let's pull up the storm right now. It's charged. We're watching snow over the Rocky Mountains in Colorado and New Mexico right now. And that snow has seen some lightning and thunder with it. But as this storm gets itself together, it's working its way towards the upper Midwest. That's where we find our chance for severe weather happening later on this afternoon and evening. There is a moderate risk, level 4 out of 5, for severe storms from western Wisconsin, southeastern Minnesota, and into parts of Iowa. Now, if you've been following the weather, yes, the storms that hit Kentucky this past weekend were a moderate risk as well. But I want to stress we are not expecting the kind of tornado situation that we saw in Kentucky, but the wind itself today is going to be quite a big player. For us here in southern Wisconsin, Janesville, Beloit, Madison, Stoughton, we are under the marginal risk. That's level 1 out of 5. You work your way towards Sauk City, Baraboo, Richland Center, Dodgeville, and Highland, you're under the slight risk. That's level 2 out of 5. In general, the strength of the storms that come through tonight are going to be weakening as they begin to move towards us. But as you break down the threats, yes, there is a threat for tornadoes, especially further towards the west. We're in that red tier there. Most of us in southern Wisconsin have a low-end risk for that. We have a low-end threat for the hail, especially further towards the west as well. But we're all focusing on the winds. And when you see these black hash marks, that's where you really have the potential for significant winds, folks. We're talking 75 to 80 mile per hour winds, not just in thunderstorms, but on their own as well. We have a high wind warning that's going to go from 6 o'clock tonight through 6 o'clock tomorrow, or 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. This is for all of us in southern Wisconsin, and I want to time these winds out for you. This is lunchtime today. 12:30, winds begin to start to approach about 40 miles per hour or so. We get you towards 10 o'clock tonight, though. That's when the winds really begin to take off. 60, even 70 mile per hour wind gusts. That sticks with us throughout the overnight time frame into early tomorrow as well, before those winds really begin to subside. So you really want to tie up those loose lawn items, or even just bring them outside for a day. Your blow up Santa is going to blow away if that is outside later on tonight. In addition, some of us are having a hard time seeing as you head out the door this morning because we have fog. Visibility down to a quarter mile or half a mile in some spots. Normally, you can see our Capitol Dome on this shot because it's right there, but you can't because the fog is so thick downtown. 50 degrees, some light raindrops coming down at the airport, and we'll continue to warm up into the 60s as we go throughout today. In fact, 64. That's where I expect our high to top out. Here's the deal. Our record high is 52, set back in 2011. The warmest temperature we've seen in Madison in December ever is 65. We're going to be flirting with that. We get you towards 9 o'clock. Your line of storms is back towards the west. Temperatures are still into the 60s. 10:30, that line of storms is right on top of us. Here comes the temperature crash. We're waking up in the 30s and 40s tomorrow morning. We'll hang out in the 30s tomorrow, and we'll go down into the 20s by the time you are waking up on Friday. That being said, it is time to plan ahead. Here's what you can do. Give yourself extra time for the fog this morning. Bring in those loose lawn items and have your weather radio set to go so you can receive warnings. With the wind, power outages are going to be likely today, so keep those devices charged and stay tuned. One of the ways you can do that is to scan our phone or scan your screen for the app on your phone right now. So if you pull out your phone, you point it at the screen, it'll take you to the app store so you can go to where you need to go to get get our weather app. After that, whew, that was a lot. It's quiet. Once we get through the rest of the weekend into next week, we'll see chances for flurries. There are signs of a system trying to show up by Christmas Eve. We're going to keep it a slight chance of flurries for now.
Lots going on. Chris Reese, thanks for keeping us updated. So with this mix of bizarre winter weather, oftentimes people's first thought is climate change.
But to understand what that really means and if it's the true source of this weather, News 3 Now spoke with state climatologist McKenna Alexander. Joins us live from the weather patio this morning with what some of the trends are that scientists are seeing. Hey, McKenna.
Hey, good morning, guys. Well, alongside several patterns, both good and bad, the biggest thing they're stressing is that none of these individualized weather events can be directly attributed to climate change, though that's not to say climate change doesn't certainly play a role. Now, John Young, Wisconsin's climatology director, says it all has to do with how the Earth's warming trends increase the probability for these severe and extreme weather events. However, he does stress it's difficult to predict how this will impact the Badger State in future decades.
Extreme weather events are very rare. Therefore, they are virtually unpredictable in a long-term sense. Number two, they are going to be more likely to occur in certain combinations of a varying climate from one year to the next, and or the climate change trend, which is a very long-term trend and a smooth one. It's going upward.
Young goes on to explain that when overall climate trends go up and are paired with the right climate and that varying weather, then records are primed for breaking, which, as Chris Reese said earlier, may be what we see across our region today. So, in the simplest terms, yes, climate change does bring us toward those uncomfortable extremes, but it's not to say that it's exactly what's causing this strange mix of weather that we're seeing here in Dane County today.
All right, McKenna Alexander breaking it all down for us. We appreciate it, McKenna. Thank you.
Now to breaking news from overnight. The U.S. Congress has passed a $2.5 trillion debt limit increase.
The House voted in the early hours of the morning to raise the national debt ceiling. It follows a similar move in the Senate on Tuesday. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen warned the U.S. could reach the debt limit as early as today. If it does, it would be the nation's first default, which could backfire on the economy. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the new debt limit will be extended into 2023, which means the issue wouldn't be addressed until after next year's midterm elections. The House of Representatives also choosing to hold a former White House Chief of Staff in contempt of Congress.
Mark Meadows failed to cooperate with the January 6th committee investigating the Capitol riots. The 9-member January 6th committee investigating the assault on the Capitol unanimously recommended the charge on Monday night. Meadows defied a subpoena to testify last week, leading to last night's vote.
It must be our ability to compel people to testify.
We see this as a nakedly partisan exercise. There's not even any pretense about it at this point.
This is the first time the House has voted to hold a former member in contempt since the 1830s. The House Select January 6th Committee has some more depositions scheduled this week from former Trump administration officials Stephen Miller and Jeffrey Clark, as well as longtime GOP ally Roger Stone.
Here in Madison, for a second time in recent months, the building housing Pison's restaurant has to close over structural concerns. The city says inspection and monitoring reports weren't being submitted for the building on West Wilson Street. It was first closed and evacuated back in September due to structural concerns, then reopened in October. This time, the city says building inspection personnel have not received the required documentation regarding the ongoing monitoring, and as such, the building is once again being vacated.
The man arrested for sexual assault on UW-Madison's campus last week has 4 active arrest warrants in Rhode Island for a string of harassment charges before he came to UW at all. He's now facing eviction from his campus housing after 4 more sexual incidents here. Investigative reporter Naomi Coles brings us those reports.
On September 24th, UW sent then-student Robin Perkins a notice saying they had learned of multiple incidents of harassment and gave him 5 days to stop the behavior or face eviction. At the time, he had been charged in Wisconsin with 1 second-degree sexual assault in August. Court records show it wasn't until November 15th that UW sent him a letter formally terminating his lease effective December 1st. He'd been accused in 2 more sexual incidents. The letter says the university also suspended him as a student effective November 10th. Now, in Wisconsin, only a judge can remove or evict someone from their home if they don't leave voluntarily after a notice like that. So it wasn't until December 10th, 10 days after the termination date UW gave him, that the university formally filed for eviction in court. That, of course, is the day after UW police reported another assault. But when Perkins came to UW and signed a lease as a student this July, it was already with a record and active arrest warrants in Rhode Island. There, he's wanted for a string of 4 incidents, similar to the ones he's accused of here. Between January and April 2020, he's accused of indecent exposure, cyber stalking, and cyber harassment. Indecent exposure again, and disorderly conduct. All but one of those cases is still open, and a Rhode Island court official told me today there's 4 active warrants for his arrest because he's failed to show up for court proceedings in those cases. For News 3 Investigates, I'm Naomi Coles.
There's a lot that UW can't say because of student privacy laws here, but they did point us to a student housing policy which requires students to disclose felony convictions when applying for campus housing. The incidents in Rhode Island were all misdemeanors, and only 1 case is closed. 6:10 coming up after the break. Giannis Antetokounmpo in NBA COVID protocols this morning. Who's joining him and how much the Bucks are missing headed into tonight's game.
And I'm Josh Bretter in the 608. When we come back, how a local company is inspiring positivity through photography. Stay with us.
Chevy is taking people lots of places this holiday.
We're going sledding!
We're going to find the perfect tree.
We're going to Nana.
Let your Chevy dealer take you there with Chevy Red Tags, where the price you see is the price you pay.
Happy holidays from Chevy.
Find new places, find new roads. Or find your Red Tag and you may qualify for $500 bonus cash on all Silverado Crew Cab pickups. That's on top of most other offers. New models are arriving weekly. Secure yours today. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Allergies don't have to be scary. Spraying Flonase daily stops your body from overreacting to allergens all season long. Flonase, all good.
I was doing some shopping and got a pop-up on my laptop. Computer had a virus. So I called the number on the page, and the guy on the phone wants to take control of my screen to sort it out. Then I remember a tip I got from the AARP Fraud Watch Network. Control my screen. This is a tech support scam. Thankfully, my order still went through.
Recognize fraud sooner, so your money lives longer. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
A must in your medicine cabinet. Less sick days.
Cold coming on? Zicam is the #1 cold shortening brand.
Highly recommended.
Zifans love Zicam's unique zinc formula.
It shortens colds.
Zicam zinc that cold.
You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call now or go online for your free information kit from Physicians Mutual.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Introducing Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. New luxury apartments for seniors 55 plus. Professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Brenna today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
All right, if you are just now joining us, I've shown this a lot this morning, but with reason, because I want to make sure you hear it from us and know that we are your trusted source for weather information along with your certified most accurate weather team. We have the whole kitchen sink getting ready to come our way as we go throughout today. We're talking severe storms tonight, especially in the west, fog this morning, then low clouds and drizzle pretty much hanging out all day. And we're going to go from record warmth to 20s once this cold front moves on through. And that's going to come with 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts, especially later on tonight. In fact, we're going to time those out right now. Lunchtime, wind gusts begin to approach right around 40 miles per hour or so. We get you towards the evening. This is where they really begin to take off. Check the clock. That says 10:30. Winds are approaching 60 miles per hour. I cannot rule out a 70 mile per hour wind gust or so in some spots. Yes, it is going to be incredibly windy later on tonight. Your blow-up Santa will not be there if you leave it out tonight. Bring that in or else things are going to blow away. If today is trash day, try to see if you can wait until tomorrow to put the trash can out, especially if it's picked up on Thursday morning. If you put out your trash cans this morning or last night, try to see if you can run home and pull those in because they're going to be blowing around, especially later on tonight. Overnight wind gusts could be in the 50, 60, even 70 mile per hour range. So it's going to be incredibly windy. We'll see those winds hanging out with us into tomorrow as well, but they will begin to subside to about 35 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts. Talk about subsiding winds. We're also going to see our showers throughout the day as temperatures warm up into the 60s. 10 o'clock tonight, it is still 62. Our average high today is 32. So we're really going to be cooling down. Here comes that front. Behind it, we are in the 30s by the time we wake up tomorrow. We're down into the teens and 20s by the time you begin to wake up on Friday. So a 40-degree temperature drop is certainly coming our way, but between now and then, you just got to be prepared for a wild ride. Hold on to your hats is a literal statement as those winds begin to pick up later on tonight.
All right, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. 6:15 now. What was once old is new again, and we're highlighting it in the 608 this morning.
Josh Breider here with a trend during the pandemic. Cameras. The click cameras, the film cameras, they're making a comeback, huh?
If only we could have seen you doing that right now, Chris. That was fantastic. You know, most of us, oh, we're back. There it is.
The sound effects are enough.
The sound effects are what's making it this morning. So most of us have our smartphones these days, but there's a local company offering many ways to inspire others in capturing and creating amazing images. We're talking about the Camera Company, which has 2 locations in town. We stopped by the East Side location along Easttown Boulevard. The Camera Company is a locally owned business that has been inspiring photographers for over 40 years. Their manager, Wendy Busa, tells me she's inspired by photography, the power of an image, and other people's creativity.
And it just keeps drawing me back in. The creativity of my customers is amazing. It's always different, you know, so it's really fun. It's exciting to see everything from, you know, the fine art stuff to the family stuff. I just love it.
Wendy says she's seen a lot of folks over the pandemic doing what she calls COVID cleaning. Basically, people are taking time to archive and restore those old precious photos, slides, and movies. And the Camera Company can do all of that in-house. So coming up, I'm going to have a little surprise for the team this holiday season, so stay tuned for that in our next half hour. Of course, you can find all the information you need to know on channel3000.com. They have a lot of stocking stuffers available, so if you're one of those last-minute gift buyers, guys, they've got you covered.
That's great last-minute gift ideas.
Yeah, your wife loves photography. This is a good idea.
Yeah, she's gotten into the camera over the past few years, but I could see how so many people are getting into preserving their old memories, those old photos. You want to make sure that they stay around. You have a nice backup.
Love it.
I can see why they're busy.
I still have some old Polaroids from like 20 years ago from my grandma's phone. I mean, like, those things last forever, and I think it's those personal memories, that those photos, right? It's that big impact that you can never really let go of.
Yeah. So much in that image. All right, Josh Breider, thanks a lot.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured.
Well, Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo is among at least 3 Milwaukee Bucks players who will miss time after entering the NBA's COVID protocols. In addition to Giannis, ESPN reporting that Dante DiVincenzo and Wes Matthews will also have to isolate for 10 days or get 2 negative COVID tests before returning. The Bucks will now enter tonight's game against the Indiana Pacers with at least 6 players out. That doesn't include Chris Middleton, who is currently questionable after hyperextending his knee Monday. Tip-off in Milwaukee tonight at 7 o'clock.
Golden State Warrior guard Steph Curry, now the all-time three-point scorer in the NBA. He passed former Milwaukee Buck Ray Allen last night at 2,974 total threes made. Curry's known for altering how the three-point basket is utilized. The NBA attempts more than double the amount of threes a game than when Curry joined the league in 2009. And by the way, he's only 33.
Isn't that wild? What a record.
Unbelievable number.
It's quite a collection of talent right there on your
Can't
screen.
make a single three. 6:20 coming up. A Christmas gift not under the tree, but inside it. Maybe not what you want from Santa this holiday season.
And in our next half hour, Governor Evers looking to attract some more workers to Wisconsin. The steps he's going to take to do that. That's coming up at 5:30. Stay with us.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
After we backed that bus out of its stall and started driving, I just loved it. We really get a chance to get to know each other. Almost everyone has a different story about how they came to bus driving, so you really end up feeling like you're part of a family.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Hey guys.
Hey Dad.
You ready?
This holiday, US Cellular is doing a little something extra to keep everyone connected. Right now, choose any phone from any brand at any of our stores for free. Plus, save big with unlimited data for our best price of the season, just $30 a month. Now that's a deal to cheer about. Feel the locally grown joy from US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
It's my 405, the show must go on, migraine medicine. It's Ubrelvy for any time, anywhere migraine strikes without worrying if it's too late or where I am. One dose can quickly stop my migraine in its tracks within 2 hours.
Unlike older medicines, Ubrelvy is a pill that directly blocks CGRP protein, believed to be a cause of migraine. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
Can Dove stop 98% of daily hair damage? Sandra treats one lock of hair with Dove. Glowing areas represent hair damage. Dove precisely repairs so there are almost no signs of visible damage. Dove Intensive Repair. #1 beauty brand not tested on animals.
Got the things to do this week.
You pour your heart into everything you do, which is a lot. So take care of that heart with Lipton. Because sipping on unsweetened Lipton can help support a healthy heart. Lipton. Stop chugging, start sipping.
Look, it's working. He thinks that's a video game.
He's learning.
And he doesn't even know it.
Learning made fun. Parenting made easier.
How do you use your energy? Celebrating the people you love? Mixing up smiles? Making each day brighter than the last? At Alliant Energy, we bring more clean, renewable energy to our customers every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about each other. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Look at this stunner from Christian here.
You know, we've got Josh highlighting the camera company. Maybe we should have them print this off for us so I can hang it at my house.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous one, Christian. Thanks for sharing that. The colors are just popping off the screen this morning.
Beautiful.
Thanks for sharing that. So Christian used the hashtag MyNews3Morning, posted on social media so we could find it, and you could do the same.
Okay, 6:23 now. Check out what this family found inside their Christmas tree.
It's a snake. A family in South Africa found one of the most venomous snakes on the whole continent just hanging out in their tinsel. It's a female boomslang between 4 and 5 feet. Boomslang's venom causes hemorrhages and can even be fatal to humans in small amounts.
Unbelievable.
But apparently they're just shy animals that rarely bite. The snake expert there, got the thing, and then they released it back into the wild. That snake got in the house looking for some food, water, or shelter, and wound up in the Christmas tree.
Is there anything worse? Anything worse you could find in your tree?
No, not for me.
Christopher's had to pause and think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could it get worse?
No, absolutely not. Snakes gotta go. Got to go.
Goodness.
Yeah, no thanks, man.
Causes hemorrhaging, could be fatal, but you know, it's shy.
It's shy, rarely bites.
They don't bite much.
I'm not going to take that
just
chance.
Wanted some food. We can't personify this one. Absolutely not.
Causes hemorrhages. Oh my goodness.
Would you rather have it in your tree or hanging out in your toilet?
Yeah, we're always highlighting those stories of snakes in toilets.
I'd just rather live in a place where that does not happen.
Wisconsin. Big fan.
My mom tries to get me to move back to Houston all the time. I'm like, there are too many snakes here. No, that is not going to happen.
The number one reason you're staying.
It really is. I'm like, I do not want to live.
Snakes.
One of my fears of being a homeowner when I was growing up down south was like, I don't want to find a snake in my yard because then I have to deal with it. And you find them all the time and they're poisonous. No. Absolutely not. So I'm going to live up here.
Well, welcome to
where
Wisconsin.
It's less likely. There are snakes here.
You get snow, you get cheese. You don't have to worry about a venomous boomslang.
No, I do not. But we do have to worry about a 40-degree temperature crash, 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. And for some of us, going to school today.
But at least it doesn't bite.
It doesn't bite. I mean, the wind does bite when it's cold out.
Ooh.
But, you know, I'd rather have that bite.
At least it's not going to give you hemorrhages or kill you.
There is always a silver lining.
Oh, my gosh. Lots of cloud cover out there today. Temperatures are staying incredibly mild. That's the Edgewater Sky Camera, by the way, but it's all black because that's how foggy it is downtown. 64 for your highs this afternoon, but we do have that alert day as winds gust to up to 60 or 70 miles per hour later tonight.
Stick around. We'll be back right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Your parents spent years taking care of you, but as the years go by, it becomes your turn to take care of them. This might mean trusting a nursing home, which promises to care for them as cherished loved ones. But if the nursing home you've chosen is not keeping their promise, we can help. If your parents have been injured in a nursing home, call Habish, Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It just gives you such a boost of confidence.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And when we first released Plexiderm, our mission was to help people reduce the appearance of their wrinkles and under eye bags in minutes with a simple serum. After 2 years of reading thousands of reviews, I realized Plexiderm changes people on the inside. It improves their lives dramatically.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera.
That was me a couple of years ago when I first tried Plexiderm. I think it just exuded this confidence. Really, there are no other options. Plexiderm is the only thing that works. It was life-changing. It was the best decision I ever made. Still using it.
The Plexiderm effect is more than shrinking under eye bags from view. It's more than getting rid of the appearance of crow's feet. It's more than saying goodbye to the look of those 11 lines between your eyes. The real effect of Plexiderm is self-confidence. It's celebrating this holiday season with friends and family, knowing that you look and feel your best. So join us in 2021 and take the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge and look in the mirror and say, wow, I feel great.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, it fixes all that. It makes you feel as good outside as you do inside.
Take the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge and see real results. Guaranteed. Try it for only $14.95 this holiday season at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
We love our new home. Lots of windows, great light.
But the birds.
They're back.
Yes, I hear them.
Uh-oh. Why are these birds so angry?
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
I'm going.
Hurry, hurry!
I know.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
We're getting everything. That first word forecast today. We're going to break it all down coming up.
And with warm weather this unique, learn what those warming trends mean long-term for here in Wisconsin.
Also, major projects getting the green light last night in Middleton. The two buildings that are moving forward. Thanks for joining us, everyone, here on News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Thanks for joining us. We are sounding the alarm, quite literally, on one of the warmest December days Wisconsin has ever seen in history.
In recorded history. On top of that, wind, thunderstorms, fog, all playing a major factor today, and that's prompted an alert day. Chris Reese, let us know what we need to know.
I don't even mean to laugh. It's just ridiculous. We have so much that's getting ready to come our way. It almost doesn't even feel real, but we need to take a moment to dive on in because the time is short. So here's what to expect as we go throughout today. Tonight, we're going to see severe storms, especially to the west. Before we get to those severe storms, it is fog this morning, then low clouds and showers after the severe storms. We're going to go from record warmth in the 60s to the 20s. Yes, a 40-degree temperature drop coming our way, accompanied with 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Here's a storm right now over the Rockies. I just shared a video on Twitter of the all-out blizzard conditions that the storm is creating throughout parts of Utah, now moving into Colorado. That being said, there's lightning and thunder associated with that as well, and that vigorous, high-energized area of low pressure is going to be working its way into the upper Midwest. With that, we have a risk of severe weather in this part of the country. Yep, it is December 15th if you're looking at the calendar, but the threat for severe weather is very real. A level 4 out of 5, moderate risk for western parts of Wisconsin, southeast Minnesota, and into north central parts of Iowa. Here in Madison, we are talking about a marginal risk, level 1 out of 5. That goes down to Janesville and Beloit, but back towards the west, Sauk City, Baraboo, Richland Center, Dodgeville, Highland, Platteville, you are under the slight risk, level 2 out of 5 for severe weather. In general, the line of storms that develops tonight will be weakening as it moves towards us. So all of your threats today are going to be highest further towards the west. There is a tornado threat, a higher tornado threat throughout areas to the west as well. That being said, hail, that's lower, wind is the greatest. Where you see those black hash marks, that's where wind could be significant. We're talking 75 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts being possible in the thunderstorms and outside of those thunderstorms as well. Just on their own, it's going to be windy. This is lunchtime today. Watch how those wind gusts really begin to pick up to about 30 to 40 miles per hour at lunchtime. Not so bad compared to what's coming in later. 10 o'clock at night, wind gusts upwards of 60 or 70 miles per hour will be very possible, and that's going to stick with us through the overnight hours. Tough sleeping if the wind is going to wake you up. That house is going to shake and rattle at times throughout the overnight hours. 7 o'clock tomorrow, we'll start to see those wind gusts begin to subside just a bit. That being said, after all of that, if I left you in a fog, you're going to be stepping out to fog as you begin to head out the door. Visibility is 0 in the Dells, half a mile in Madison, 3/4 of a mile in Monroe. In fact, this is the Edgewater Sky Camera. You can't even see the Capitol. They're only a couple hundred feet apart from each other. It's 50. Wind and winds are out of the south at 14, and we have light rain coming down at the airport as of now. So we put this into motion. We're at 64 by 4 o'clock. Our cold front starts to arrive in the west at 8:30. Temperatures are still in the 60s at that point. 62 by 10:30. Here comes that front. Temperatures begin to fall. We're going to be in the 30s by the time we get you towards the end of the day tomorrow. Some spots will be into the 20s. Plan ahead. Give yourself extra time for that fog this morning. Tie down or bring in the loose items. Charge those devices too, because power outages are very possible today. And of course, stay tuned with us. Pull out your phone, open up the camera, point it at the screen. I'm going to be updating that weather app as we go throughout today. So will our team as we go through the rest of this afternoon and into the evening time. After today, we're quiet. Only chances for flurries. I'm watching the possibility of a system trying to show up on models by Thursday and into Christmas Eve.
Chris Reese is certified most accurate for a reason. Thank you very much, sir. Today, a great day to download the Channel 3000 weather app, too. As severe weather develops, you can track the radar to see if it's headed your way. It's free to download in your app store. Just search Channel 3000 weather.
Okay, so with the chance of Dane County setting record high temperatures today, it won't be uncommon to hear people use the term climate change.
But to understand how much of this weather can be attributed to the warming of our atmosphere, we asked the experts. McKenna Alexander joins us live from our weather patio with more. Hey, McKenna.
Yeah, good morning, you guys. State's Climatology Office Director John Young says, while none of these specific events can be directly attributed to climate change, the overall trend of warming temperatures certainly can be. Now, Young stresses the thing we need to remember is that the overwarming effects of climate change does not mean every winter will be above average temperatures, but that the likelihood of seeing above average temperatures does increase.
That one way to look at climate variability and climate change and these extremes is to look at the trends in the extremes. Are extremes like as a 65-degree December 13th day, are they going to be more frequent or less frequent in the future? And the answer is there's a higher probability of some of the days like that in December 13th of the future, have some warm days like that.
Young adds, over the past few decades, winter temperatures in Wisconsin have been gradually increasing. Now, does this mean you can expect to go swimming in Lake Monona next February? No, but it does mean seeing extremes like these will possibly become more frequent over the next couple decades.
Don't want to be swimming in the lake in February. No. All right, McKenna Alexander live in the patio. Thanks, McKenna.
6:36 now. Governor Evers looking to attract more people to Wisconsin in order to end our worker shortage.
During an event at UW-Eau Claire, the governor announced 12 regional projects, each receiving almost $60 million in grants. The governor announced in July they were putting $130 million of federal funding into finding solutions to help the state's workforce needs. He says the grant will improve, innovate, and support Wisconsin's workforce.
We have to recognize that there is no one-size-fits-all to meeting the workforce challenges in our communities. So, with the Workforce Innovation Grant Program, we designed it with these challenges in mind to encourage regions and communities to develop leading-edge, long-term solutions to the unique workforce challenges in their communities.
A second round of grants will be awarded in 2022. The grant program is funded by $100 million available through the Federal American Rescue Plan Act.
One of the 12 projects selected happens to be right here in Dane County, Operation Fresh Start. The group focuses on training the next generation on a path to employment. They now have $3.3 million from this grant program to bolster their program called the Build Academy. It helps develop young trades employees in fields like construction and conservation.
Young people who may not have known where they were going and were struggling, unemployed, disconnected to education. It's the connection and the training and the connections with the employers where we can place those young people and have them be successful.
Operation Fresh Start says the money will go toward creating a program that can sustain past the 3-year grant to have a lasting impact in Dane County.
Today, President Biden is set to visit Kentucky to survey the damage from last week's deadly tornadoes. At least 88 people are dead and more than 100 are still unaccounted for this morning. More than a dozen of the victims killed were children. The president visiting Mayfield and Dawson Springs, both communities that have lost hundreds of houses from the tornadoes. Right now, local authorities in Kentucky are focusing on continuing the search and rescue mission, even as it becomes overwhelming at times.
You go about that task of trying to get this work done, and then you come across a wagon, and you think, you know, that's associated with a child somewhere, and did that child live? And so those thoughts just, they overtake you, they overwhelm you.
Most homes in the hardest hit towns will not be salvageable. It'll take years to rebuild the damage. Insurance experts say the financial losses could reach $5 billion across 6 states.
Also happening today, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden will be in Wisconsin. She's meeting with families of victims who were hurt or killed in the Waukesha parade. Yesterday, Children's Wisconsin Hospital in Milwaukee released 2 more kids who'd been involved in the tragedy. That means there's only 1 child still hospitalized. Officials say that child is in fair condition.
New this morning, the Middleton Plan Commission approving a concept for a 4-story apartment building that would go on Century Avenue. It's a 50-unit building near the Pick and Save designed for workforce housing. Madison Development Corporation, a nonprofit, is proposing the structure. Architects say the building will be great for the city.
This development, again, would provide much needed housing into this area and would replace 2 single-family homes in the process.
The commission last night also unanimously approved an implementation plan for a different 4-story multifamily building that would go on the side of the former Captain Bill's restaurant. 6:39 outside this morning. It is tough to see, folks. That's one of our tower cameras. The fog is very thick this morning. Please take some extra time and be careful on your way to work. The big story of the day, those strong winds that'll be blowing into Wisconsin soon. Chris Reese will time it out.
And paying more at the grocery store, the difference you're feeling in holiday prices this year.
Plus, we are in the 608 with the story of a local company inspiring positivity through photography.
Here comes Happy Ruben. She wants to wish everyone happy holidays. Happy loves to visit Ruben's Furniture. She likes to snuggle into a warm, cozy sofa. Winter is coming and she wants to just lay around. A sectional lets Happy stretch out and take a nap with her owner. Her favorite piece of furniture is a soft leather recliner. Happy loves to watch TV in her favorite chair. A bed is a perfect place to sleep after a long day at the dog park. Have a happy and healthy holiday from everyone at Ruben's Furniture.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stained caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this holiday season, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This holiday season, order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
U.S. ad spending is set to surpass $300 billion by 2022, and the greater Madison area is poised for major growth. So now would be a great time to consider a career in multimedia sales and to join our team selling our top-rated media and digital solutions. Work for a company that offers training, autonomy, flexibility, income growth, upward mobility, and work-life balance with a competitive wage. If you have a passion to drive results for local businesses, then visit morganmurphymedia.com right now to apply.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Hi, Chris. I'm Dawn from Marshall. Hey, Chris, plan my day.
Good morning, Dawn. It's a bit of a wild day getting ready to come our way. We're starting out with the fog this morning. Temperatures are in the 50s. We're going to go into the mid-60s for your highs today. Really flirting with record territory all the way around the picture. In fact, our normal high this time of the year is 32. Our record high for this date, set back in 2011, is 52. We're shattering that. The warmest temperature ever recorded in Madison in December, 65. We're flirting with it. We'll see those showers sticking around all day, but the actual cold front that'll bring some showers and thunderstorms, that arrives at 10 o'clock tonight. That'll sweep through. We're back into the mid-30s by the time we are waking up tomorrow morning. The reality is, though, the storms today could could be stronger. We have that marginal and slight risk for severe weather in our part of the state. Higher risk for severe weather as you work your way further towards the west. The risk of severe weather is mainly for wind, but wind outside of thunderstorms will still be strong. We're talking the potential of 50, 60, or 70 mile per hour wind gusts today. So I would love for you to plan ahead. Give yourself extra time for that fog this morning, but also bring in the loose lawn items because they are going everywhere. If you do not do so, have that weather radio ready to receive warnings later tonight and charge your devices because these winds can and will bring some power outages.
What about all the big Christmas light displays out there? I mean, are we in jeopardy of losing some of those?
There is a possibility of that. It depends on how secure they are. I am optimistic that my roof clips are going to stay strong tonight and that the lights stay on. But some of those Christmas light displays, they could come down if they are not truly secured in the way that they need to be.
I have garland. Now you got me nervous.
I'm thinking about some of the bigger ones, like, you know, the zoo and, you know, some of the big...
Good point. Good point. Zoo lights could be in jeopardy. All right, Chris Reese, we appreciate it. Thank you. 6:45 now. The U.S. Postal Service is warning this week is the busiest of the year when it comes to holiday shipping. Regular USPS retail ground shipping has a holiday cutoff date of today. It expects to sort more than 2 billion pieces of mail in the next 10 days. What that means for you is you better send those cards and gifts pronto if you want them to arrive on time. And if you're ordering something to your house, make sure you work out how to get it delivered safely. Just yesterday, police in Waunakee arresting 3 people who admitted to stealing recently delivered packages. Police got a call about a suspicious vehicle right around 11 in the morning in the Woodbridge Trail area. After trying to stop the vehicle, police say 3 suspects ran from the car. Those people now face theft charges and resisting an officer.
Well, get used to paying more at the grocery store. Before the pandemic, the average family was spending $113 a week on groceries. Today, they're spending an average of $144. Recent data from the Department of Labor shows food prices have increased an average of 7% across the Midwest between last November and today.
Nobody wants to increase prices, but at some point, the grocer can't absorb those price increases from suppliers, and then they have to get passed on to customers.
Different stores have different suppliers, which is why you see more of a variety from store to store, right? Across Wisconsin, grocery workers are trying to restock those shelves as best they can.
All right, in the 608 this morning, once was old is new again, and we're highlighting it.
Josh Breider here more with from the camera company. Good morning, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. The Camera Company is a locally owned business that has been inspiring photographers for over 40 years in the 608. They offer many ways to inspire others in capturing and creating amazing images. This is their biggest time of year with the holiday season underway. With a lot of supply chains experiencing shipment delays, they offer a unique hands-on shopping experience. Inside, you'll find all sorts of camera equipment to buy or rent. There's also the ability to print those images on metal or canvas, and even the opportunity to create beautiful artwork for your own walls. Manager Wendy Busa says it is inspiring to see younger generations getting into it more and more as well.
It's cool. It's like what's old is new again, right? So there's a new trend. A lot of young kids are going old school with the old-fashioned film cameras. So we sell film, and the cool thing is we develop color print film here in the house. So you can get it developed here. We'll help you load it. You know, we're all about sharing our knowledge.
The Camera Company has 2 locations in town, one on the east side along Easttown Boulevard and another on the west side on Odana Road. If you're looking for a last-minute gift or stocking stuffer this Christmas, they just might have what you're looking for and making that present a little more personal. And speaking of personal, I teased that little surprise a little earlier, guys. Take a look at this. Look at this little canvas that Wendy made for the News 3 Now team.
We look good.
How sweet.
So now you know why we took that photo last week. I got us all together on the couch.
Yeah, you wouldn't tell us at the time.
Chris Reese jokes about this picture.
I do.
Because he says it looks like, can we get another close-up of that picture? He says it looks like we're all trying to run away from him.
You all really are. Look at how you all are all leaning away from me. I was like, all right.
Leah is a leaner.
Chris off to the side over
I'm a leaner.
You are a leaner.
And I'm also not very festive. I took some crap that day for not dressing nicely.
Yeah, you were all in black. We were all in
the
Christmas
I did match.
red.
Yeah.
I mean, we look good, but yeah, poor Chris Reese.
I am a leaner. Look at this. I'm sorry, Chris. You know I love you. I'm leaning right now. You
yes,
can see
you
me
are.
do it.
You're all over the place.
Gotta work on my posture. Don't take it personally.
It's a great photo, though. So thank you, Wendy. Now we have a nice little photo of the team. So.
Very cute.
It's going to go right above your new fireplace.
That's what, yeah, you were asking me that earlier. We got some video there as well. Although I needed about, what, maybe 20 times the size of this above the fireplace, but just a little.
Wow, we're taking up quite a bit of space in your house. Forget the TV.
Just kidding. No, my TV will be going above the fireplace, so.
Very neat idea for Christmas, though.
Yes, great last-minute gift idea.
Yeah, thank you, Josh.
You bet.
If you have a story idea for Josh, he loves to hear about them. Reach out on social media, email in the 608 at WISC-TV.com.
All right, 6:49 coming up in the morning sprint. Milwaukee applying to be front and center for the 2024 elections. What organizers want to happen in their city?
First, though, we want to say happy birthday to William and all the kiddos turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with News 3 Now this morning.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
It's the holiday gifting time at Vitance Golfway. Buy a $50 gift card and receive a $5 bonus gift certificate. Buy a $100 gift card and receive a $15 bonus gift certificate. Check out even better deals at Vitance.com. Golf suites, indoor miniature golf, grill and bar. Gift cards are good for them all at Vitance Golfland.
Tackle tough jobs with Bosch power tools and accessories from Menards. From the workshop to the job site, Bosch packs the performance and features you need to get the job done right. That's why Bosch is the choice of pros. Choose from our great selection of over 500 in-stock Bosch tools, bits, blades, and accessories. This drill and impact driver kit is $99. Plus, give the perfect gift with the Menards gift card.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Pick and save. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Running a race is a lot like investing. It takes discipline, patience, and time. But most importantly, it takes endurance. Because in order to go the distance, you need to be prepared to get there. At the Burrish Group at UBS, we have a trusted advisor that's ready to go the extra mile with you every step of the way. Call the Burrish Group today.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids recipe for health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
RHD Plumbing presents their Titletown Winter Getaway Contest. Win a 2-night stay in Green Bay's Titletown, including food, drink, and entertainment gift cards. Visit the contest page on channel3000.com and enter today.
Habitat homes are built and bought by the hardworking families that live in them. Through affordable mortgages backed by your donations, Habitat Dane County offers a chance for these families to invest in their future and their community. Please donate or volunteer today.
Vitance Golfland now offers 2 indoor golf and multi-sport simulator suites. Play over 100 championship golf courses with unmatched golf swing data and visualization. Or play other sports and games using real sports equipment. The Vitance Golfland simulator suites provides a fun indoor entertainment experience.
The Portage Furniture Store with free delivery on brands you know and trust.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
Our top story of the morning, the alert day in store. Chris Reese starts us off. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, you're going to get a little bit of everything as we go throughout today, except for snow. But still, we're talking fog this morning, severe storms later, showers before that, high winds up to 60 or 70 miles per hour tonight, and then a 40-degree temperature crash. Now, we do have high wind warnings from 6 o'clock tonight through 6 o'clock tomorrow morning for all of southern Wisconsin. Lunchtime, winds begin to gust up towards about 30, 35, 40 miles miles per hour or so, but by 10 o'clock tonight into early tomorrow morning, that's where we see those wind gusts of 55, 60, or even 70 miles per hour. We'll talk more about severe storms at the end of the sprint.
Thank you, Chris. Milwaukee looking to host the Republican National Convention in 2024. The city submitted an application for the event. It highlights their entertainment venues, culinary scene, the Fiserv Forum, and more. Wisconsin Democratic Party Chair Ben Wickler says he's on board for the RNC, but did call for an inclusive event. Milwaukee had been prepared to host the Democratic National Convention in 2020, but it became mostly virtual because of the pandemic.
A fatal crash at the intersection of Cottage Grove and Highway 51 has left 3 people dead and a 4th hospitalized. It happened around 9:20 yesterday morning. 2 people died at the scene and a 3rd died at the hospital. The remaining person is said to have non-life-threatening injuries. The road was closed for several hours. It reopened around 2:30 yesterday.
A zoo in Baraboo expected to reopen today after an early morning fire yesterday. We're talking about the Ochsner Park Zoo. According to Baraboo first responders, crews arrived shortly after 4 a.m. and saw fire coming from the donkey and llama enclosure. It was put out quickly, preventing any animals from getting hurt, but the building itself is a total loss.
Kroger ending some benefits for unvaccinated employees. That includes Pick and Save stores locally. The supermarket chain says unvaccinated employees who contract the virus or are experiencing symptoms will no longer be eligible to receive 2 weeks off. Instead, they'll have to use their own paid time off or unpaid leave if they contract the virus. Kroger is also adding a $50 monthly charge to unvaccinated salaried employees using the company's health care plan.
The parents of Ethan Crumbly, the 15-year-old charged in the deadly Michigan high school shooting last month, making their first in-person court appearance yesterday. James and Jennifer Crumbly each face 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Prosecutors accused the pair of giving their son access to the gun he allegedly used at Oxford High School on November 30th. That shooting left 4 students dead and 7 others injured. The Arctic failing its yearly health check this month. It is the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's annual Arctic report card published yesterday. It shows the Arctic continues to deteriorate from global warming. It continues to warm twice as fast as the rest of the planet.
COVID-19 has now claimed over 800,000 lives in the U.S. Wisconsin accounts for about 9,500 of those. Last night, members of Congress held a moment of silence to honor those lost. The U.S. is currently averaging 120,000 new cases of COVID every day.
We're watching that severe weather potential. It's level 4 out of 5, a moderate risk for western Wisconsin and southeast Minnesota and parts of Iowa. In Madison, a marginal risk, level 1 out of 5, but that slight risk, level 2 out of 5, shows up rather quickly. Doppler track quiet for now. We'll see those showers and thunderstorms arriving by about 7:30 tonight. They're going to push towards the east before wrapping up with a temperature drop back into the 30s this time tomorrow morning.